I want to thank you for your interest in home ownership and for your attendance at today's information session. Home really is at the heart of all that we do at Habitat for Humanity. Habitat for Humanity International is a nonprofit organization operating in over 70 countries, helping families build and improve places to call home. With the belief that affordable housing plays a critical role in strong and stable communities, Habitat for Humanity International strives to create a world where everyone has a decent place to live. Habitat Chicago shares a mission with Habitat International, striving to live out our global mission by investing locally. We maximize our resources and concentrate our efforts for greatest impact by investing in specific neighborhoods in Chicago, which we call focus neighborhoods. Our two current focus neighborhoods are West Pullman and Greater Grand Crossing. Within these neighborhoods, we partner with households, businesses, volunteers, and residents to celebrate and strengthen the local community. As an autonomous affiliate, we operate independently and customize our approach to the unique needs of Chicago. We invest in residents, support home ownership, and build quality homes. In doing so, we play a role as listener, developer, general contractor, lender, educator, and community connector in our local Chicago market. And how exactly do we invest? We invest through a variety of strategies, some of which are shown here. Home care is an educational program that teaches people how to do general maintenance projects on their home. Volunteerism is fundamental to our mission as we facilitate opportunities and invite people to invest time back into the neighborhood. Homebuyer University is an educational program open to the public that prepares individuals for the process of home buying. Neighborhood Grants is a funding resource that supports the projects and ideas of neighborhood residents. You can learn more about these and others on our website. But what we are really here to talk about today is our affordable home ownership program. We strongly believe that more people deserve access to affordable home ownership, and we take pride in being able to offer a high-quality option to Chicagoans. When accepted into the Habitat Chicago Affordable Home Ownership Program, you participate in a structured program and secure a loan for the purchase of your very own home. Let's talk about what this looks like. The Affordable Home Ownership Program is a first-time homebuyer program where we offer an affordable home loan to purchase a newly constructed home. Our program pairs the affordable loan with homeowner preparation. We use a process similar to a loan pre-approval process to qualify homebuyers into our program. Applicants that qualify then partner with us for 8 to 13 months, preparing for home ownership and building their home. Once your home is ready, we conduct a final approval, finalize your loan, and you become a homeowner. As we've mentioned, Habitat Chicago believes that affordable housing plays a critical role in strong and stable communities. And so we have committed to ensuring that homeownership too, not just housing, is affordable. One way we do that is by serving as the developer and building the homes we sell. Another way we do that is by serving as the lender, underwriting the purchase, and offering an incredibly unique loan product.
Here are the terms of our loan product. The sales price of the home is set at fair market value, or so that your monthly mortgage payments are no more than 30% of your gross monthly income at the time you close on your home, whichever is less. Perhaps the most impressive feature of the loan is that it is a fixed rate, 0% interest rate loan for a 30-year loan term. This loan is fully amortizing, which means your loan will be paid off once you make your 360 monthly payments, if you make the full payment each month. The funds required at time of closing are referred to as your borrower contribution. The typical borrower contribution for the Habitat Chicago loan is $4,500. The $4,500 covers homeowners insurance, closing costs, escrow, and a reserve requirement. We will help borrowers apply for down payment assistance as available. Any down payment assistance funds are used for closing costs, then to lower principal. We do not require private mortgage insurance, and we do not collect any of the following fees: prepayment penalties, application, origination, underwriting, credit report, or points. Let's break down our loan a little more so you can get a sense of the cost. In this slide, we've done the math to show some example monthly payment amounts based on different sales prices. We've selected a range of sales prices that you might see for a Habitat Chicago home based on previous appraisals of and our best estimate of future values. For a home that appraises at $165,000, the total monthly payment, including principal, estimated taxes, and insurance would be about $842. For a home that appraises at $180,000, the total monthly payment will be about $900. And for a home that appraises at $195,000, the total monthly payment would be about $957. In all cases, if the appraised value of the home would result in total monthly payments that exceed 30% of your monthly income, we will work to ensure that the combination of principal, tax, and insurance payments is capped at 30% of your monthly income at the time of closing. We do this by seeking down payment assistance and providing a subsidy via a silent second mortgage. Please note, actual sales prices and total monthly payments may be slightly different. These are only examples. So that you have an idea of how a Habitat Chicago loan compares to other more conventional loan products, we've done some math to estimate the loan costs for each type. In the tables on either side of the bar chart, we show the loan amount and loan costs for a Habitat Chicago loan and a conventional loan, given a sales price of $175,000 and a loan term of 30 years. The bar chart reflects these values for each of the two loan types as well. As you can see in the Habitat Chicago table, the sales price minus the $1,200 flat fee down payment results in a $173,800 loan amount. This $1,200 flat fee is included in the borrower contribution requirement we discussed on a previous slide. For our conventional loan example, we have a 5% down payment, which equals $8,750. Subtracting this down payment from the sales price gets us our $166,250 loan amount. Now let's look at buyer costs. The Habitat Chicago estimate is $2,300. Once again, this is included in your $4,500 savings requirement. A typical estimated buyer cost for a conventional loan will be 4% of the sales price, which in this case is $7,000. Next, we have a key component that makes the Habitat Chicago loan affordable, the 0% interest rate. While you will pay $0 in interest for a Habitat Chicago loan, for a conventional loan for this sales price example, you can expect to pay about 3.5% in interest, which equals $102,503 over the life of the loan. Finally, we show approximately how much you will pay for private mortgage insurance. Private mortgage insurance is required when not making at least a 20% down payment. Habitat Chicago does not require private mortgage insurance, while you can expect to pay approximately $8,256 total for a conventional loan. Below the tables, you can see the costs of the loan summarized, including the total loan costs, the upfront costs, and an estimate of the monthly mortgage payment. As you can see, with the Habitat Chicago loan terms, you will save approximately $114,000 over time. This large difference in cost is attributed to Habitat Chicago's 0% interest rate and flat rate low fees. Please note that we did not include an estimate of property insurance and taxes. This estimate would be the same for both loans. Additionally, please keep in mind that your actual payment and costs could be higher or lower than this example. You will get an official loan estimate detailing your costs and loan terms before you purchase the home.
As you can see in the conventional loan example, each lender makes a significant profit in charging interest on the loan. Habitat Chicago, however, forgoes any profit on its loan product. In order to preserve our investment and continue investing in the community, however, we add a unique feature to our loans called resale shared appreciation. Under this policy, if you choose to sell your home within a 15-year period, you and Habitat Chicago will split any appreciation realized on your home. By appreciation, we mean the difference between what you bought the home for and what you sell it for. The split will only apply to this amount, and it only applies if you choose to sell within the first 15 years. Let's look at what resale shared appreciation looks like in practice. This split is diminishing, meaning the portion that Habitat Chicago takes of this appreciated value decreases over time until the 15-year point, where you would keep 100% of any appreciation. For example, let's say your home appraises for $150,000 at the time you purchase it. Then, 10 years later, you sell it for $170,000, meaning it has appreciated $20,000. At year 10, you will be entitled to 60%, and Habitat Chicago will collect 40% of the appreciation per our diminishing split schedule. You would get $12,000 of the $20,000, while Habitat Chicago will collect $8,000. In sum, you would keep the $150,000 plus the $12,000 in appreciation for a total of $162,000. There are a few reasons why we have this policy. One is that since it is our primary focus to invest in the long-term stability of the neighborhood, we want to encourage long-term home ownership. We want our future Habitat homebuyers to become a part of their new neighborhood. This policy is in place to prevent further transiency in the community. Second, our cost to build each home far exceeds what we sell them to you for. And that's okay with us because it makes sense to invest in your success as a long-term homeowner. But that investment makes less sense if you leave quickly, and we seek to recover some of our costs through shared appreciation. Finally, we acknowledge that life happens and you may have to move. In spite of that, we believe it is important for you to capitalize on the investment you made together with Habitat Chicago, and so we share any appreciation. We truly believe that we are investing in partnership with all our home buyers, and this is one example. Now that we've outlined the details of the loan product, let's turn our focus to the second tenet of our program, which is homeowner preparation, consisting of partner hours, educational classes, and support meetings. These components are designed to help you prepare for homeownership alongside the construction of your new home. In addition to our unique loan product, our homeowner preparation utilizes a collaborative approach to the home buying process. Homeowner preparation is facilitated both in person and virtually, and is completed both independently and alongside other home buyers. As a result, you will be able to learn from and support each other, and build community with your future neighbors throughout the entire home buying process. This timeline shows how the homeowner preparation and the loan work together, and provides an overview of the whole program. The first step is the application and pre-approval phase, where you apply for the program and pre-approval for the home loan. If you qualify for the program and choose to participate, you'll begin the partnership and preparation phase. This phase typically aligns with your home construction and may last about 8 to 13 months. Once your home is ready, Habitat Chicago will conduct a final approval, finalize your loan, and that magical moment happens. You close and get your keys to a newly constructed home. You can see that this is not a quick turnaround, and for some people looking for a quick result, this is not the right program because of this timeline. However, if you are able and willing to put in the time working toward home ownership, this may be a good fit for you.
Now that you have an idea of the program and the loan, let's talk about the houses. You can see renderings and floor plans and shop for one of the homes we have for sale by visiting our website. All of our houses are newly constructed. They are built with a mix of volunteer labor and licensed subcontractors, all managed by Habitat Chicago as the general contractor. All of Habitat Chicago's construction meets or exceeds all state and local building codes and passes all inspections required by the City of Chicago. The home design and materials are selected for both long-term durability and owner comfort. All Habitat Chicago homes share these features. To promote energy efficiency, we include ENERGY STAR certified mechanical systems, windows, and appliances. We practice tight building practices in our construction to ensure little air escape, and our design includes south-facing roofs ready for solar panel installation should you decide to do this in the future. Solar panel installation would be at your own cost. We take into account accessibility and aging in place for the majority of our homes. This includes zero-step entry, first floor bedrooms, adequate space for wheelchair maneuverability, and flat handles and doorknobs. The homes come with a variety of finishes, which include a mix of wood laminate, ceramic tile, and carpet flooring throughout, basic exterior landscaping, and a Whirlpool appliance package. While we do not offer home customization, we do offer a variety of features and opportunities for personalization. You will be able to choose from set finish offerings for cabinets, countertops, and flooring. Finally, all homes take storage into consideration. Each has a 2-car detached garage, large closets, and understair storage when possible.
As we mentioned before, Habitat Chicago takes a neighborhood approach to living out our mission. Again, we do this in order to maximize our resources and concentrate our efforts for greatest impact. We currently invest in West Pullman and Greater Grand Crossing. We've been a builder in West Pullman since 2012, and we broke ground in Greater Grand Crossing in 2021. We plan to begin building in the Austin neighborhood in the next 4 to 5 years. Within these neighborhoods, we partner with households, businesses, volunteers, and residents to celebrate and strengthen the local community. While we encourage you to explore and research these two neighborhoods on your own, we've put together a summary of assets that are common needs and wants that a homeowner might look for in a neighborhood as they are deciding on a place to live. West Pullman offers a great number of assets and amenities. It is easily accessible via both car and public transit, and significant investment is made evident in the Kroc Center and Major Taylor Trail. Daily errands and any shopping needs are conveniently met by local and chain retailers. Our West Pullman developments are located at 119th and South Union and 120th and South Emerald. We strategically cluster our homes to provide both aesthetic continuity and to foster social connection, networking, and community building to contribute to overall neighborhood health. We encourage you to visit our developments in West Pullman to see the neighborhood, our finished homes, and our homes in progress. This will give you a sense of what the community and homes are like. The design of our homes for the upcoming year in West Pullman is featured here. It is a 2-story, 1,500 square foot cottage-style home with 3 bedrooms and 2 bathrooms. We estimate the fair market value of this home to be approximately $195,000. We plan to build 2 units in West Pullman in 2023. Greater Grand Crossing also offers a great number of assets and amenities. It is easily accessible via both car and public transit, and community investment is evident in the Gary Comer Youth Center and the new public library. There is a strong local business presence, and it is in close proximity to the South Shore Cultural Center and the future Obama Presidential Center. Our homes in Greater Grand Crossing are located on Dobson and Ellis near 72nd Street. Our homes are designed to be somewhat consistent in size and aesthetic to those currently found in the neighborhood, so you'll notice a slightly different design of our homes here. They are 2-story, 12 to 1,500 square foot cottage-style homes with 3 or 4 bedrooms and 2 bathrooms. We estimate the fair market value of this home to be approximately $175,000. We plan to build 6 to 8 units in Greater Grand Crossing in 2023. Prior to applying with us, you can view available properties and apply for a specific listing. Properties are added no sooner than 18 months prior to construction completion, so be sure to check back on our website regularly for new listings. You'll then find included in the application a space to identify your preferred property or properties. During the evaluation of your application, we will determine if you meet program qualifications, as well as specific requirements associated with that particular listing. If your qualifications match the requirements and you choose to participate in the program, we will confirm your house selection and mark it sold on our website. If your qualifications do not match, we will consult with you to identify an alternative option where possible. When it comes to plans for the future, we assess our building capacity and determine our construction plans annually. The quantities and types we build per neighborhood vary from one year to the next, and we will know the exact quantities and types approximately 6 months in advance of construction. As we confirm our upcoming builds, we will update our website with available properties. Additionally, we may make updates to our application process and therefore highly recommend and encourage people to attend a current information session to get the most up-to-date information. Now that we've covered the details of the program, the loan product, the program components, and the available housing, we'd like to pause and take a few minutes to address any questions on these topics that may have surfaced. As we've discussed, there are many important details to the Affordable Homeownership Program, and it requires a significant investment of time and resources. So it's not necessarily for people in a rush. It is, however, a tremendous pathway toward homeownership and one that is sure to be affordable. So what does it take to qualify and become a member of the next homebuyer group? Just as there isn't just one aspect to the program, there isn't just one aspect assessed in the application. Instead, we take a holistic approach by looking at multiple components during the application process to ensure each accepted applicant is positioned well for success. Habitat Chicago is a compassionate lender that seeks to ensure homeownership remains accessible and affordable. To do this, we make our financial eligibility requirements more generous than a conventional loan. At the time you apply to the Affordable Homeownership Program, we simultaneously evaluate your eligibility and your fit for our program. We evaluate eligibility by looking at the following three components, both at the time of your application and throughout the duration of the program: need, ability to pay, and willingness to partner.
We'll first look at the need-based qualification, which relates to your need for affordable housing. To meet this requirement, your gross annual household income must not exceed the 80th percentile of Chicago area median income, as defined by the Department of Housing and Urban Development. You do not qualify if you are a current homeowner or have owned property in the past 3 years. The second criterion on which we evaluate your application is the ability to pay. This criterion relates to your past, current, and ongoing financial health. We want to ensure there is shared confidence in your ability to make the monthly payments toward your mortgage. We evaluate your ability to pay by ensuring you meet income requirements, have consistent employment, meet a savings threshold, meet a minimum credit score, and have an adequate history of debt and current debt levels. We will go into detail of each of these in the next slides. We will first look at our income requirements. When you apply, we will collect documentation to determine your gross annual income as the borrower and of a co-borrower if applicable, as well as the entire household's gross annual income. How do we determine your income numbers and what documentation do we use? We will look at income from all sources that are likely to continue over the next 3 years. We will evaluate both wage and non-wage income, including paychecks, business income, child support, alimony, Social Security, and disability payments. Any non-taxable income is added at 125% to your gross income total. As a lender, we are trying to get a full and accurate view of your household income so that we can ensure affordability. We require documentation for all income and for self-employed work. For business owners, this includes quarterly profit and loss statements. The borrower and co-borrower income must not fall below the minimum of 40%, and the entire household's income, whether they are named as a borrower or not, must not exceed the maximum of 80% of Chicago area median income. The table we've included here shows the low 40% to the high 80% range of Chicago area median income based on household size, as determined by the Department of Housing and Urban Development. The data in this chart is collected and updated each year. We will go into even more detail on documentation when we discuss the application. In evaluating your employment history, we will look to see that you have 2 years of employment history for wage-based income and 2 years of business history for self-employed income. This does not need to be at one job, but your history must show consistency of employment and earnings. Any new employment or any interruptions to your employment within the past 2 years can be considered with sufficient documentation. We will also consider a 6-month employment history with evidence of extenuating circumstances, such as recent graduation, layoff, incarceration, unpaid caretaking, or separation or divorce. In addition to our consistent earnings requirement, we also have a savings requirement. At the time of application, you must have $2,500 in savings consistently for at least 2 months. This must be documented through a bank account statement. We will also evaluate whether you have the capacity to save an additional $2,000 by the end of the program. To determine your ability to pay, we will also look at your credit score, credit history, and debt. If you are applying as a single borrower, only you have to meet these requirements. If you are applying with a co-borrower, you both must meet our credit requirements. Our credit requirements are as follows. You must have a minimum FICO score of 620. If your score is between 580 and 619, you will be required to submit additional trade lines or accounts for consideration. Examples of an alternate trade line include a phone bill, internet bill, utility bill, or a substantial subscription. You may not have any late payments on any of your accounts in the 12 months preceding your application date. If you do have a late payment that was a result of a misunderstanding or something out of your control, you may submit a letter explaining the situation that occurred or the resolution that resulted for consideration. Any identity theft resolutions must be documented from official sources. When we pull your credit report, we will also calculate your total monthly debt and your debt to income ratio. The ratio of your monthly debt including your estimated monthly mortgage payment, to your monthly income may not exceed 43%. It may be important to note that some down payment assistance programs require that your debt-to-income ratio does not exceed 41%. Finally, at the time of your application, it must be at least 2 years from the resolution date for any bankruptcies and 3 years from the resolution date for any foreclosure, deed in lieu, or short sale. You must have no judgments, or if you have a judgment, you must have a pay schedule in place. Now, this is a great deal of detailed financial information. These details are important, but if you didn't commit them out of memory here, you will see many of them again as you are guided through the application. This information is also available on the Habitat Chicago website. In addition to need and ability to pay, our third qualification measure is equally important: willingness to partner.
The willingness to partner qualification relates to your participation in and commitment to the terms of the program and to the terms of the loan. You will be asked to sign an initial agreement to this partnership as part of your application, and we will continue to monitor your adherence to the agreement throughout the duration of the program. So, what exactly does it mean to partner? When you sign the willingness to partner agreement included in your application, you agree to the following. We will discuss these in greater detail in the slides that follow. You will attend the Habitat Chicago education classes and complete your partnership hours. You will meet regularly with staff and monthly check-ins. You agree to notify us of any income or household changes. You agree to assist Habitat Chicago in sharing the story of our mission through participation in various communication efforts, up to and consistent with your level of comfort. Once you agree to participate in the program, your final loan qualification and ultimately the purchase of your home depends on successfully completing the partnership requirements. Failure to comply with requirements and/or stay in communication with staff may result in deselection. We'd like to emphasize again that we are a compassionate lender. We understand that life happens. We are flexible for life situations and will work with you to get back on track. But this will require proactive communication on your part to ensure that we can support you in the best way possible. One of the commitments in the willingness to partner agreements is to the completion of partner hours. Partner hours are a vital component to the Affordable Homeownership Program as they represent a shared interest, a mutual commitment to the process. As we invest in you and your home buying journey, we ask that you invest in us, in the construction of your home, in the mission of Habitat Chicago, in the vitality of the community. In signing the willingness to partner agreement, you agree to complete 200 partner hours, or 250 partner hours if there are 2 or more adults in the household. These partner hours are structured to be productive hours where you will be preparing for your home purchase and for home ownership. You will complete at least 100 of your hours on the construction site, where you will build skills that will help you with future home maintenance. You'll spend time in support meetings and education classes, honing skills that will ensure financial and practical readiness. You'll spend time sharing the mission of Habitat Chicago and building community, ensuring that homeownership remains accessible and affordable for future cohorts. To stay on track with completing your partner hours before closing, a general recommendation is that you complete 1 build day, 1 class, 1 support meeting, and 1 short activity per month, approximately 15 hours per month. It may be important to note that construction takes place Thursday through Saturday, so you must have regular availability on one of those days to complete your 100 required construction hours. Habitat Chicago staff will monitor your partner hours to make sure you are showing progress each month. All of your partner hours must be completed 30 days before closing. In addition to partner hours, educational classes are an important program component in preparing for successful homeownership and community building. Our preparation curriculum consists of a mix of online and in-person education, providing you with the opportunity to build relationship with other buyers, as well as to learn the fundamentals needed for successfully navigating the transition to homeownership and into a new community. Your education will cover topics relevant to home buying and home ownership, some of which include financial management, construction skills, insurance and taxes, mortgages and deeds, estate planning, community building, and home maintenance. Attendance and participation is required for all classes, and as we mentioned, the educational classes will also count toward your partner hour total. Value of the Habitat Chicago Affordable Homeownership Program that is evidenced in a number of ways, and one you've hopefully noticed already, is that of supportive accompaniment. You are never alone in this process. It's present in the preparation process, it's present in the educational classes, it's present in the loan servicing, and it's present in the homebuyer support meetings. The support meetings build off and go deeper into many of the topics covered in the education classes in a way that's personalized to your home buying journey. They are a time for you to check in on your goals and progress. These meetings are scheduled in advance at a time convenient for you and will be conducted with Habitat Chicago staff, as well as with a credit counselor at one of our referral agencies. To prepare for these meetings, you will be asked to submit some documentation in advance of the meeting. An example of this would be submitting your savings account statement as we monitor your progress toward your $4,500 savings goal by the time of closing. These meetings are intended to be a source of accompaniment and accountability and are a key component of your partnership with us. Participation in them shows a commitment to the program and a willingness to partner. Failure to schedule and or attend them may result in deselection from the program. Now, thus far, we have covered qualifications based on your need. We've covered qualifications based on your ability to pay, relating to your income, credit, debt levels, and patterns. We've covered qualifications based on your willingness to partner, relating to your active involvement and participation. These will be evaluated at the time of your application and throughout the duration of the program. Additional requirements that will be evaluated at the time of your application are as follows.
We will review history of property ownership, rental history, City of Chicago debt, and any criminal background. Since we are a first-time homebuyer program, you are not eligible if you currently own a home or land, or have owned a home or land in the past 3 years. When you apply, you will be required to submit proof of on-time rental payments for the 12 months preceding your application date. If you are not currently renting or did not rent consecutively for the most recent 12 months at the time of application, you must show 12 consecutive monthly payments of a comparably sized monthly financial obligation or evidence of savings, along with a letter of explanation. At the time you apply, we will verify if you have any outstanding parking tickets or moving violation fines with the city. They must be resolvable in full by the time you close. Finally, you and any adults in your household will have to clear background screens. This includes a National Sex Offender Registry check and the specially designated National and Blocked Persons List. As you can tell, application to and participation in the Affordable Homeownership Program requires a significant commitment and investment. The application alone requires a focus of time and energy, so we want to make sure you are well prepared to apply successfully and can avoid some of the common issues we've seen in the past. We have provided a great deal of information on the criteria we evaluate. As you complete your application, here are some things to remember and consider. If you have not done so recently, you may want to visit www.annualcreditreport.com to pull your credit report and check for any unresolved or unknown collection accounts on your credit report. Our credit score requirement is a key indicator. Your credit score should be at least 620 or within the 580 to 619 range. Also keep in mind that some credit score reporting services may use slightly different formulas from the FICO score that we use in our evaluation process. When you review your credit report, we recommend that you get an idea of the amount of monthly debt that you owe. While we cannot make any specific recommendations about your debt, if this is an area of concern for you, you may want to consider meeting with a HUD-certified credit counselor to discuss strategies around lowering your debt. Again, documentation is critical. You will not have a complete application if we do not receive your tax returns. They are needed to evaluate your income history. Please have the most recent 2 years of returns ready when you apply with us. Support for all sources of income is also required, including self-employed, part-time, and full-time work. Finally, be sure you have documentation of your rental payments. We ask for the consecutive 12 months prior to your application date, or 12 consecutive monthly payments of a comparably sized monthly financial obligation, or evidence of savings if you are not currently making rent payments. Please feel free to contact us if you have any questions regarding any of these points, or which documentation you need to turn into us in order to have a complete application. And now, maybe you've listened to the whole presentation and you're sitting there nodding your head with all your documents lined up and ready for submission, like you've been preparing for this for your whole life. Or maybe you're pretty confident you're ready. You just need to gather a few details and documents and you're all set. Or maybe you started hearing the list of qualifications and your eyes glazed over. Or maybe you just don't know and have a question in the queue. While we would love for you all to apply to our program this year, we recognize that everyone here today is at a different point of readiness in their home buying journey or in just general understanding of homeownership. If you feel like you could benefit from a deeper dive into the home buying process and homeownership, we encourage you to attend Homebuyer University, which provides an overview of the home buying process from start to finish and of what it takes for you to be ready as a buyer. This is a 5-week course offered virtually 1 day per week for 2.5 hours. We offer Homebuyer University 2 to 3 times per year. Please check the event page on our website for dates. If you have some qualification items that you still need to work on, you may want to consider meeting with a HUD counselor for additional support. For those of you who have a question that needs answering to help you decide if you're ready, we'll pause now to answer the questions that have come through the chat.